Morning, everybody. I pray we're having a blessed morning. Try this again. Whatever you're going through, whatever thing you feel bound by, whatever darkness you feel over you, whatever situation, the flood that seems, the rain that never goes away, that turns into a flood, that makes you feel like, what the hell is really going on? God will never. He will let you get to the lowest point. He will sometimes. He will empty you out. You see, he needs an empty vessel to fill up, to fill with his glory, his love, to fill. And we are his vessels. And the darkness must come out. But sometimes the storms feel like they're not going anywhere. Sometimes the storm feels like it's forever. But it's not. Know that he will let you. Remember this. He will let you get to the lowest point in your time when you've got no hope. When you feel there is no hope. When you feel there is nothing out here in this world that can save you. He can save you. He can save you. He will save you if you call on him. If you trust him as your Lord and Savior, he will save you. If you believe, faith is believing. Faith is believing and knowing that no matter what your circumstances are, he's got your back. Remember that. Faith is unseen. You cannot really see it. You can take your faith in believing that here I am fighting this cancer. Look at me. Look at the things I've been through. And here he has kept me. For so long, he has kept me. If he can keep me and bring me from a bad place to where I'm at now, he can do it for you. He can do it for anybody. Trust in him. Believe him. You must trust in him. You must give him your heart. See, he wants your heart. He wants your heart. He's a jealous God. He doesn't like you being partial and being on the fence and trying to figure out what you want to do. Party one night, not the next. Drink the one night, not the next. He wants you a whole you. He wants you to surrender all of you. And might I say it's a difficult thing to do. Because we live in a world of flesh. We live in a world of habit. Here we are. Whatever your drug of choice was or is, or your choice of drink, or your choice of darkness, whatever it is, gambling, whatever keeps you bound away from him, he wants to break that cycle. And cycles are they're not very easy to break, you see, because it's a repetitive thing. You get paid, you go get your drink, you party, you whatever. It's a cycle. We get used to it. We actually become thinking we enjoy it. Do we really enjoy the drug? Do we really enjoy the drink? Do we really fully, thoroughly enjoy? Are we happy at the end of the night? Or do we just think we're happy? Do we really know what happiness is? You see, when I was like that, I never even knew that I really wasn't happy. I just thought, here it is. Here's what I'm doing. And I took it that way. But know that whatever you're going through, if it's a financial burden, if it feels like there's no hope. I mean, there was a time when we felt like we were going to lose the house and have to pay all this money and to go on our record, but on our financial records. But we ended up selling the house at the last moment. That was God doing it. I hate to tell you people, that was God. God was doing it. God was making that happen. He wanted me and Herman to cry out for his help. See, he wants you to get on your knees and cry. He wants you to, yes, I'm going to say it. He wants you to beg for his forgiveness. He wants you to plead your statement of what you're going through. He knows already, but he wants to hear it out loud. Confess it with your mouth. Say it, Lord, I need help. I can't get off this crap that I'm doing. I can't stop drinking. My kids are doing whatever it is. It's got you bound from the God's love and God's mercy and grace. Whatever it is, speak it to Him. You don't have to speak it to me. You don't speak it to nobody. Speak it to Him. He's got you. Speak it to Him. He's got your back no matter what. You know, I may look at you and go, wow, I'm going to have to come back away from that. But I shouldn't say that. Never say that, because I've been there. You know, but this is just the way people are in this world. We will know once. See, if I told you every ounce of my story, you'd be like, wow. God can deliver you from the worst of worst. He can deliver the worst of worst. What we consider the worst of worst people, guess what? He can deliver that too. He's a man of miracles. He's a father of love, unconditional love. He's the father of no judgmental moments until the time has come when He must judge. He doesn't look at us any different. We all look the same to Him. We are all His children. Whether you use heroin, whether you use coke, whether you use meth, whether you use pills. There's so many things out there. Whether you're robbing and stealing, there's hope. Whether you're always getting caught up and ending up in jail, there's hope. And the first time I got really super close to God, it was in prison. I was joking, thought about it, and said, all these guys come out saying they found God, and I laughed because I wasn't there. I didn't have a clue. But when I got there and it was my turn, I had no choice but to call on God. I had no choice to call on God. You know why? Because I couldn't call home all the time. They didn't want to pay the bill. They weren't sending money. They weren't writing much. They weren't real happy with me. I had no choice. And when I got beat by every roommate in the room and almost killed, 13 days into prison, 13 days, people, out of a 2.5-year sentence, I thought I was going to die. I remember being pulled out and wheeled out to a city hospital because they couldn't help me. That's how bad I was beaten, that they couldn't help me in the prison. And I thought, Lord, I'm going to die. God, I'm dying. This is how my story ends. I thought, this is how my story ends. What am I going to do? And I begged and I pleaded. And I remember when I got into bed, the chaplain had left a Bible on my bed and a little coin that they give you in prison with the cross on it and so forth. And I had that, and I held on to that. That Bible became my best friend. Not only did that Bible become my best friend, so did Jesus become my best friend. Every ounce of church and everything I could go through was there. I got cleaned up. It took a long time. I went through the withdrawals, but I got cleaned up. I started finding God, and I really started trusting in God. You see, things will happen when you trust in God. When you really trust in God, things will happen that things will fall in place. Not all the time, though. Remember that. I'm not going to say that, and it's not a promise. Things will happen that only God can. The explanation of it can only be that it is God's work. He protected me. Those 2.5, I had death threats. I was put back in that same room for 3.5 months, and the only way I was going to get protected was through God. I got to another room, it was the same thing. Somebody sent a message. You know, when I finally got out of one room, I thought the devil's trying to get me. Because now I'm starting to become spiritual. And I knew that God was going to save me. I knew I might not be a whole person when I come out. And I might not be physically. I might have scars, and I have the battle scars. You know, but I'm thanking the Lord because I made it out of there. You know, and ever since then, He's been my best friend. He should be your best friend too, you know. I always say this, and sometimes Herman looks at me funny, but I always say, Lord, I'm trusting in You first. Kind of throws your husband or wife off, but always put God first. If you have a struggle, pray first. Talk to your spouse next. Just pray first. Or talk to God. You ain't really got to pray, but I talk to Him. Lord, this is what's going on in my life. And, you know, I've never been a good prayer. People say I do, but All I know is my relationship with God is personal. And that's all it needs to be. God, I'm having problems. I need your help. God, I need you for this. Maybe nobody knows, but him and I are having that conversation. He knows all my problems before my husband knows them. So, this is just, I hope I help you out a little today. I'm not on key. I'm still bouncing back from the heart attack and the funerals. So really prayers for myself, if you would, for my strength and emotional stability, my physical stability. I haven't given up on it, but I know I'm really tired. And I know I'm very weak. And I fought a good fight, guys. But my fight is almost over. And I don't want to leave people disappointed. Not one bit. I want you to look and remember, I want to leave something for others to be able to come out of. That's my goal. And I don't know if I'm doing the job or not. But, we as a group of brothers and sisters, we can help each other in times of need. When I'm weak, you guys are strong. Vice versa. This is how the world should work. We should have a kind heart. We should care. And anyway, on that happy note, I love you guys, and yes, I did. Horns up. Oh, you guys, I love you. Pray. I pray you guys share the videos. Share them with the loved ones that's going through it. Bye-bye.